Hi, I'm John Schramm, Head of Development here at Kino Lime.
And I am Kaya, CMO and one of the producers here at Kino Lime. We are so excited. This is the final round. We're here to talk about the final screenplays.
One of the funniest screenplays that I've come across during this competition. It is a broad throwback comedy to Monty Python.
I love cars. I love racing. I'm Formula One fan, absolutely. This is like the vintage Formula One, but instead of racetrack, we're going cross continent.
It's about a race car driver where road racing is being banned. And this is all based on a true story about a race that starts in Peking, China, all the way to Paris. It goes through all the countries. Hilarity ensues throughout the turn of the century, Asia and Europe. It is amazing.
It's one of those films that it's like old humor, but yet super fresh. So like you completely understand all the humor that's going into it.
The broadness of it, which is amazing. There's a character that's throwing sandwiches around. The main character is hilarious, and like the way he talks about the French and this and that. It is just a real treat to read.
The story makes you taste what you feel. Like
yes.
You can taste the dust, you can taste, like you can really, the gears, all of it, you can feel what the story's trying to, like.
Absolutely.
It's so colorful.
It's a larger budget film, but what we liked about it and why this is something that can be made is that it can be shot in multiple countries. It gives the marketplace a chance to get these broad films that aren't made anymore.
It's a broad film. It's something that doesn't make it into cinema these days. And
you'll learn something.
You do learn something.
And that's one of the reasons why we loved it, is because it's original. We're trying to give a chance. Why we created Kino Lime was to give those screenwriters who wanted to make these type of movies a chance to get their movies made. So Meara, what inspired you to become a screenwriter?
I think I've always wanted to be involved in film. I think initially maybe as a director, because those are the flashiest sort of jobs, and then maybe then as a producer, because that's a little bit more practical, and someone's got to do that kind of heavy lifting. And then eventually writing, because I don't have to deal with a lot of other people when doing it, so I can kind of do it on my own time and in my own space.
What's the feeling that you want people to feel?
What was very important to me was to take kind of a story that's based in reality and just expand it out to kind of the limit of what I could achieve with it, make it kind of much larger than life. So I wanted to make it something really different, but capture the fun and the energy of an around the world in 80 days, or a bit of Indiana Jones. Kind of it's definitely got like a British wit to it. So I wanted something that's like a bit of escapism, a bit of fun, slightly educational as well.
I'd love to know, what is your writing process like?
Well, yeah, so Peking to Paris kind of was a long time in the making. I spent some time out in Mongolia in the Gobi Desert, and I kind of heard these stories about 120 years ago, before cars were even invented. I researched it and I found, yeah, there are cars that went through the Gobi Desert in 1907. At that point, I kind of ordered all the books I could find, and listened to some podcasts on the topic, and researched it, quite thoroughly from many different accounts. So it took me no time at all to knock out a draft one, which isn't really usually the case for me. I kind of usually dilly-dally a little bit too much, I think, on a draft one. But yeah, Peking to Paris, really, it wrote itself.
It was great to have that come through Kino Lime, because it was such a joy and like a refreshing read. I want to ask, how did you hear about Kino Lime?
2.5 years ago or so, when I kind of became, a writer sort of full time, I was spending a lot of time looking at, the screenwriting subreddit and other such websites, and found it through there. It sounded like an exciting opportunity. And yeah, I applied through there.
And what has your experience been like being in the competition?
It's something that's been special for me, is that, kind of by explaining the competition to people, people become keen to read it so that they can vote for you. I think that it's been really a lovely way to kind of pull people into a passion of mine, make them interested in something that I spend kind of every waking day working on.
Kino Limers, read it, rate it, and vote it. Whatever wins, we're going to finance and produce the film. So go to kinolime.com and cast your vote today.
Come to kinolime.com, vote, go.